Hi guys! Alright, so today the cards will be separated by elements. So we'll have the fire signs, air signs, water signs, and earth signs. We're going to start off with the fire signs. So the fire signs are Leo, Sagittarius, and Aries. So what I'm going to ask is, what do the fire signs need to know the most right now? Okay. So something that the fire signs need to know right now is that it seems like you're being blocked from something. You may feel like you're blocked from, growing, like you're having some sort of blockages when it comes to your growth or from, obtaining the balance or the abundance that you want. Um, One of the things is that like partly you're blocked because of fear. It seems like you have fear of the unknown and fear of putting yourself out there. Um, the solar plexus seems to be something that you guys really need to work on, and also like addictions of different sorts. You know what I mean? It could be addictions to substances, whether it be cigarettes, whether it be, smoking other things, whether it be like actual drugs or alcohol or even people or situations. Um, One of your blockages is that it's hard for you guys to stay focused. Like you guys, especially when it comes to matters of the heart, like you guys will keep giving yourself to situations that are just not growing, or you kind of just can't stay focused on one thing. Another blockage is not being able to make a decision unless your back is against the wall, and not being grounded enough to be able to make a stable decision. You guys want to take control of your lives, but you're not grounded right now. You want to take control of your life, but you can't think clearly. And that comes from not being grounded. Um, Another blockage is being too hard headed to be able to see the signs for things or be able to, make a decision or walk away from something. Um, some of you guys may have some mother wounds, and I think for a lot of you, that's where like a lot of your anxiety stems from, and your need to kind of, protect yourself. For some of you, the way you protect yourself is by, putting peacock feathers up. You just want to seem like either like the loudest one in the room, or you feel like you have to protect yourself. So it's like it's hard for you to let your guard down with people. Um, for a lot of you, you're feeling really impatient about a situation, and you may feel like, it's just not working out the way that you want it to. And so you could be disappointed and just kind of like, okay, like, where do I go from here? What do I do now? And your spirit guides, your ancestors, your spirit team, they want you to know there's going to be other options. For a lot of you, you're kind of feeling a little bit like drained right now, and just kind of looking for guidance, looking for ways to express yourself, trying to figure out when are you going to get out of this, unstable energy, maybe even depression for some of you. A lot of it has to do with coming back to yourself and opening yourself up. Like some of you are unbalanced right now, specifically the heart chakra and the root chakra and the throat chakra. Very unbalanced. You gotta balance those masculine and feminine energies that we all have inside ourselves. There's some major transformations happening for you guys, and I think for some of you, like these transformations have been going on for a while, and now you may feel like you're torn between either two different choices or two different sides of yourself. Like some of you could have changed and went through the transformations that you needed, but you're still holding on to old beliefs or old, viewpoints of yourself, or just like old things that are no longer in alignment with you. You've kind of evolved past certain things, but it's hard for you to admit that, and it's hard for you to let go of the people, places, or things that are associated with them. So you may feel stuck where that goes. Um, a lot of you are kind of like fighting yourself. There's a lot of holding yourself back. I think mostly out of fear, and just fear of like I said earlier, the unknown, or even like fear of other people. So it's definitely time to open yourself up and stop trying to control things so much. You know, you can only control yourself in this life. You can't control other people. You can't really control other situations. So, you know, work on releasing control and going with the flow. Um, Continue on with these transformations because they're going to help you bring a lot of new beginnings into your life. For some of you, you could even be moving soon. Um, and it's going to help put those walls down around your heart chakra. You know, this is all part of your journey. So just learn how to, like I said, go with the flow, express yourself, and surrender to life. That's going to be a big thing for you guys. Hello, guys. This video is going to be for the earth signs. So that's going to be Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. So the question that I'm going to ask is, what do the earth signs need to know the most right now? And so right off the bat, one of the things is setting better boundaries with people. Better boundaries so that you can feel free to express yourself and let parts of yourself out that have kind of been like hidden for most of your life. I think even hidden from yourself. Like I feel like a lot of you guys are kind of coming into your own and realizing who you are and what you want, or you're on the way to doing that. Um, a lot of you are kind of learning how to shine your light without being dulled by other people. Um, Especially important is learning how to love yourself fully and learning how to not overgive to other people. Definitely learning how to walk away from situations and, like I said earlier, setting boundaries. Whoop. All right. Okay. So, for some of you, there's going to be a lot of transformations coming. I think a lot of your goals are going to be changing, and you're kind of learning what you need to do in order to achieve your goals and make them happen. Um, for some of you, you're learning how to set aside your anxieties so that you could actually go after what you want. I think a lot of you had to learn how to kind of free yourself from self-limited beliefs and just, you know, being worried about what other people think about you or like feel about you. You're learning how to separate yourself from that. You're learning how to come out into the light and come out to people. You know what I mean? Whether that be, you know, you're into something different than what the rest of your family's into or your friends. Some of you can like actually be coming out to, you know, your friends and family. Um, Others of you could be accepting decisions that you made in the past. Um, you know, these decisions could have been made 2 to 3 years ago, and maybe it was something that you did, you know, just not really thinking some things through, and you just kind of like made quick decisions. For some of you, it could have been ending relationships that you didn't really want to end, but you did, and I think a lot of it had to do with you were afraid, or you know maybe you guys like just fought a lot and you just didn't see a way to get past that. You're learning how to accept those decisions. You're learning that you need to make certain decisions in order to focus more on yourself and on your self-love. You know, you're learning how to move forward with courage and move forward with strength. You know, some of you are coming into your own, like I said earlier, really coming into your own, coming into your spirituality, learning how to use the hardships that you went through in order to help yourself grow. I think some of you, while you were going through these hardships, found something, maybe like a hobby or something that you really enjoy doing that you're learning how to make money off of. Letting go of the past, that's a really big thing. Letting go of the past, letting things be able to die. You know, relationships with people, situations, you know, moving past old jobs, you know, just releasing baggages. Like some of you have been carrying a lot of things from childhood and you're learning how to release them. Realizing that you have a lot to offer to people. Um, a lot of you, like a lot of people either like look up to you or just some of the things that you've done, like maybe things that didn't even seem like a big deal to you, like helping someone out with, say, you know, money or giving someone food when they didn't have it, you know, like people really appreciate you and they look up to you. Um, Someone's ancestors want you to know, this is gonna be for a woman, they want you to know if you're a mom that you're doing a fabulous job, you're doing great. I think that you may come from a family where like the mothers weren't always present in their lives or didn't wasn't always able to provide for their kids the way that they should have or wanted to. And you're really like breaking those generational wounds and curses, and you're like getting past those barriers, and you were doing a great job. They're specifically proud of everything that you're teaching your kids. Like it could have a lot to do with like education, either like actual school education or just about life, like the way you're teaching the kids. um, you may even have your kids in like extracurricular activities that are really helping to shape and define them, and so that's something that like your family hadn't done in the past. And so like a lot of your family members may not be like very focused or may not have fully developed the way that you would like to see your own children do, and you're getting past that. By you finding balance and breaking your own self-limited beliefs, you're paving a better road for your children, and you're putting in them a passion for life that you know either your family members didn't have or you didn't even have at one point. And you're learning how to enjoy life. You're learning to like, what's that saying? Go to the beat of your own drum. Like you're like just like your own person, and your spirit team loves that. They want you to be your own person. They don't want you to follow other people. That's not why you're here. You're here to make your own road, and other people are gonna follow you. You know, growing up, you may not have been the most popular, but that's gonna change as you come into your own. Like one of the reasons why you weren't very popular, one of them is because you were afraid to be yourself. You wanted to follow other people, but you had to learn how to be yourself so that you could attract people to you. People could kind of sense that you weren't really being yourself, and so it was like a little bit off-putting for people. But now you're learning how to be yourself, how to let things come to you instead of control everything, and you're learning how to play by your own rules, and that's really big and that's really important. I think you've really learned about yourself a lot more over the last couple like years specifically, but like really the last few months you've been doing a lot of work on like figuring out who you are and what you want and finding that inner peace and inner balance. Really thinking about what you want in your life and about how you want to grow. Like I think you've had a lot of growth the last couple months, really. You've been working on it for years, but I think the last couple months it's been really happening for you. And you're learning how to listen to your intuition and your not self-conscious, subconscious, and how to express your emotions, which has really helped you kind of blossom and grow into the person that you want to be. Hi guys, this was going to be for the air signs, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. So I'm going to ask the cards what you need to know the most right now, and we'll go from there. So it's so funny because obviously one of the air signs is Aquarius, and the star card kept coming up, and so I think just using this. Okay. Okay. All right. So a lot of you guys have learned. A lot of you guys have set boundaries and have kind of set boundaries with people for a while now, but you're finally being able to see the rewards for setting those boundaries. You're seeing yourself be able to blossom in ways that in the past you had never been able to. You're having a lot more abundance in your life, a lot more growth. Um, it's almost like the tears that you've cried in the past has kind of watered the soil to be able to help you grow your life into what it is now. You had to do a lot of releasing old wounds and growing past certain things. You had to learn how to open your heart and to know that you deserved everything that you wanted and everything that you were trying to manifest and have in your life. um, a lot of you have been mostly focused on making your money, on your own happiness, um, on your self-empowerment. There's a lot of like self-empowerment happening and a lot of learning about yourself. A lot of walking away from situations that were no longer serving you, and not letting your emotions control you. Learning that you provide your own stability and being able to see the bigger picture of situations. Listening to your intuition and letting that guide you. For women, you're getting more in touch with your femininity. There's a lot of womb healing going on, cleansing out the womb and old situations that you were holding in your womb. Because as women, that's where we hold everything that we've gone through. Um, Taking better care of yourself. I think self care has been really important for you guys. Self care for the physical, but even like spiritual self care. Not entertaining things that you might have entertained in the past. Things that would have triggered you in a way that wouldn't have allowed you to grow. You know what I mean? Like you're realizing, okay, what's important and what's not important. Using discernment. That's what the word I was looking for. Um, a lot more of like drinking more water, of eating better food, of making sure you're getting the sleep that you need, having better people around you. Even there's a lot more balance in your life. You're learning how to balance work and play. You're learning how to enjoy life more. You're learning how to ground yourself so that you can grow more. And it's not saying that like you didn't have negative experiences in the past, because you did, but you're willing and ready to grow past them. You're willing and ready to, express what you have to say. I think in the past there's been a lot of holding yourself back and not wanting to say how you really felt, either out of fear that people wouldn't care, or just not wanting to upset people. And it's not like you want to upset people now, but you're just like, okay, I've held in how I felt long enough. Now it's time for me to speak up for myself, and it's time for me to speak my truth. You know, um, a lot of you are choosing yourself. Instead of choosing other people, instead of putting other people first, you're putting yourself first now, and you're able to see how far that's gotten you in just the last few months or year that you've been doing this. Putting your foot down about certain things. That's where those boundaries come in. Like you're putting your foot down. You're saying no, enough is enough. I have to do this for myself. I have to protect myself. Um, you know, I have to do this so that I can grow and transform into the person that I want to be. A lot of you are past that caterpillar stage, and you're like actually the butterfly now. You're looking more beautiful. More people are attracted to you. You are, you know, spreading your wings and flying. And that's one of the main reasons why there's been so many things coming to an end around you, and new beginnings happening. Even for yourself, there's been a lot of like ego deaths happening. You're turning into a new person, and like for some of you that could be scary, but it's really a good thing, because it's going to help you grow. It's going to help you be able to become the person that you wanted to be when you were a child. I think for some of you, you've been doing a lot of inner child work, and thinking about when you were a kid who you wanted to be, and you're making that happen. A lot of you are returning to, you know I don't want to say child mindsets, but like just kind of doing that inner child work, where you're thinking, okay, this is what I wanted to do when I was a kid, and I got past it because I had so many like traumatizing things happening, but now I'm getting back to it. Doing, being more creative, expressing yourself more. You might be, part of your inner child healing might be doing things like, you know, things that you like to do as a child, like watching like old shows that you like to watch, or like doing activities that you just like to do as a child that brought you happiness that you forgot about. Um, for some of you, there could be some like decision that you're trying to make, some sort of a crossroads that you've been looking for guidance about, and you're gonna get that guidance. A lot of it's gonna just come to you. It's gonna like pop into your head, and it's gonna pertain to a lot of different things. Um, just keep your mental ears open for downloads that you get about whatever the situation is. And like it might seem like, oh, I just got this random thought in my head, and like I can't think of what it is, but write it down, because you're going to go back to it, and you're going to be like, that's what they were talking about. Okay, got you. There's going to be a lot of things coming full circle. I don't want to say all of you, but for a select few of you, there is like a grandmother energy who wants you to know that she's been there with you through all of your depression and all of your hard times. She never left you. I feel like that's really important, because I think that a lot of you felt alone at some point, mostly when you were going through your depression. But she was always there with you. If any of you ever felt like a random hug, or like it felt like someone kissed you, like you were by yourself and you felt that was them. Um, and they want you to know that they're so proud of all the progress that you've made, um, for stepping into your power. That's what I'm hearing, and for learning how to build yourself up so that you can be happy. Before I end this, for some of you, if you're either one, stuck on a person that's caused you a lot of pain and has had a lot of like, negative toxicity around them. um, this person was put in your life to trigger you, not to hurt you. Like maybe they did hurt you, but they weren't put in your life to hurt you. They were put in your life to trigger you into your own healing. For others of you, if there's been something that you want to do but you were scared of, face your fears and go for it, because it's going to really open your eyes and it's going to help you to kind of change the track of your life in a good way. You might be juggling a lot right now, but this decision that you're afraid to make is going to help you in so many ways and help you grow and help you progress in life, and you won't be sorry about it. Face your fears, face your anxieties, because once you get to the other side, you're going to have so much growth. Hi guys. All right. This video is going to be for the water signs, so it's Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. So my question will be, what do water signs need to know the most right now? Okay. All right, guys. So first, it's really important to listen to your subconscious and listen to the things that are coming to you. I think a lot of you guys have been getting a lot of information lately and just kind of like coming to realizations about things. For some of you, it could be really emotional because like it could be things that you just don't really want to deal with right now, and like things that you have to let go and kind of let leave your life because it's been holding you back and it's been blocking you. Um, Intuitively, I think that you felt this coming or you felt it for a long time, but you haven't really wanted, again, like to face it or to come to terms with it. But it's to the point now where you can't deny it. I think for some of you, like it may be time to walk away from a situation. Um, this situation may in the past have brought you stability, but at this point, it's almost becoming more toxic than it needs to be. There's a lot of emotions involved in it. There's a lot of, you know, fear when it comes to this situation. A lot of you really haven't been taking care of yourself the way that you need to. You may be looking for clarity about this situation, to be honest. There's been a lot of ups and downs, and you're just trying to figure out, okay, what's going to make me feel whole? What's going to make me, grow the most? What's going to make me the happiest? I do feel like this has to do with a love situation, but it could even be like a job or a friendship or something like that. But I do kind of feel like it's about a love situation. One that you want to grow so bad, you want it to be stable. But, I think you could kind of sense that things may be coming to an end, and maybe it's time for you guys to separate. Not saying that you don't love this person, because you do, but you guys may be growing apart at this point. You may have things kind of come come to the light, like come to the surface, and it's gonna make everything make more sense for you. It's possible that there could be a third party situation, and for some of you, you may have been kind of having dreams about this and like just kind of sensing like, okay, I think that even if they're not like actually sleeping with somebody else, that they could be talking to somebody else, which is never fun. But there's definitely somebody like being sneaky and like dealing with chicken heads. Like that's what just came to me. Like they're dealing with like chicken heads. Like this isn't, if there is a third party situation going on, it's not even somebody that they're like really taking seriously or that's going to be good for them. But that doesn't mean that you need to stick it out and stay with them if it does come to light that this is what's going on. Make the decision that's going to be best for you. Make the decision that's going to make you feel the most stable, because I think even if you've kind of brought this up to them in the past, they could be denying it, and it's kind of making you feel crazy and like making you feel like you need to protect yourself. But yeah, like if this is resonating with you, like that is actually what's going on. Could be a lot of fighting going on. It's like what's really keeping you guys away from each other emotionally is that like one or both of you guys have walls up, but it's mostly because like you both need to work on your self-love and your self-esteem. You know, work on, don't let this person, you know,
don't let this person convince you that, you know, that they would never do this to you, because that's not,
what I'm getting. Keep your head up. Be smart about it. Don't just
if it's, I wouldn't jump to conclusions.
I would like try to talk to this other person first or talk to your partner first and just figure out, okay, what's really going on. You don't want to fight about it. You just want the truth so that you can move forward.
um I would definitely do that.
Don't fall for their tricks. That's what I was trying to say earlier. Don't fall for their tricks. There's going to be manipulation happening.
Don't fall for it. You're better than that. You're
Smarter than that. Keep your eyes open and, look for any signs. I would keep records of things because I feel like this person's a gaslighter.
Yeah, stay on track. Don't let them
Distract you. And I feel like in a way that they have distracted you in the past, like say if you were like really focused before you met them and when you first got with them, it's like you kind of got so wrapped up in their own stuff that you kind of like lost yourself, and it's time to go and find yourself.
It's time to find yourself. It's time to face, those blockages. It's time
To get out of that self-limited belief. It's time to find that inner balance because I think you were balanced before you met this person. And know that you are being looked out for and know that you are being guided and protected. And like one of the ways that your spirit team guides you and protects you is by putting blockages up between you and like people who are there in your life to
like do you harm or like are gonna
hurt you. A lot of you have been being guided to leave this person for a while, but I think you
it's almost like you couldn't see the signs, or you didn't want to admit the
signs, or you're
afraid of being alone. So yeah, deal with that. Cut off that
person. Speak your truth.
Try to see the bigger perspective, because I feel like a lot of you
really didn't want to hear that, and I understand why. But try to see the bigger perspective and don't focus on try not to focus on what this person did to you, but learn what you learned from the situation.
Or like,
sit down and be like, okay, this is what I learned from the situation. Of course you might be hurt, but grow from this experience. Don't let this hold you back. You're better than this. You are an amazing person.
You're somebody who, I think a lot
of you are empaths because you attract like narcissists and stuff like that. So it's really important for you to make sure that you have boundaries set and that you don't just let anybody around you.
Find that inner balance that you need,
because
it's gonna really make you feel more grounded, and it's gonna like make you feel like you can do whatever you want in this world, And don't be afraid of your emotions. Like, you would think as a water sign that
like you'd be okay with expressing yourself, but don't be so afraid of your emotions, okay?
All right. You guys are beautiful. Make the right
decision.
Bye bye.